time today. Let's title this video, I have time today. Okay, so back in 2022, I ended up going homeless because I lost my apartment due to an eviction, right? And my child's father, who is down low, which is DL, ended up I had to leave because I was associated with that individual who's down low and DL. But I ended up going to a homeless shelter, right? Okay, so after I went to the homeless shelter, I didn't spend 1 year there, not 2, not even 3. My down low baby father recruited these predatory men at this homeless shelter in the area, in the whole city, to come after me, and then tried to play a fake or false lover to try to derail me off my path. Mind you, I ended up losing everything. I take ownership of the fact that I lost everything during my eviction, but the fact that I was at the homeless shelter to get myself together, myself, and I together, and the fact that my down low child's father, he's down low, was so envious and so been in competition with me from the start and was giving me diseases that I obviously don't have those diseases. I was protected. I did not contract HIV or AIDS or nothing like that. But he recruited all these other men to target me and come after me. The honey trap that they said, you did all these to these people's family, these men's family. You're targeting me and you're down low on top of that. You have the more 100% capability of passing HIV or AIDS to me versus me passing it to you. I don't have a phallus, and I'm not gonna put a phallus into another man's rear end, because first of all, I'm not a man, I'm a woman. Know that. They're upset and envious that I'm able to create. I'm beautiful, I have beauty, I have charisma, I have an identity, I have a persona. You see what I'm saying? I'm a whole individual person. You see what I'm saying? But for those 3 years that I was homeless, they kept sending men my way, trying to be false lovers or be somebody. If I'm at a homeless shelter, I'm not trying to find love. I'm trying to get my money up and get out of that situation. The whole goal was for me to reunify with my kid. They sent this honey trap that literally tried to unalive me, cut off all my hair, and slit my head open, and had it bleeding and stuff like that. Still got the scar on my head. They had that individual come in, try to marry me, all this other type of false marriage, all that insurance policy, all this type of stuff, in order to be able to kill me off and get me out of my kid's life. Who are they and who said they were God? A cult, a coven, witch, a warlock, who said they were God? Who said they were God? Who said you get to rule judgment upon me and try to unalive me or send somebody, a hitman, a spiritual hitman, a warlock, which is a male witch, to siphon my beauty, siphon my youth, siphon my creativity, siphon my sacral and root chakra energy, try to destabilize my stability and destabilize who I am as a person. I could lose it all and get it right back, and that's what I did. So first of all, you might as well put respect on my name. The whole smear campaign about HOE and junkie, when these predatory men that were sent by my down low baby father and these down low men as a totality would come up and harass me and try to solicitate me for sex. And then when I call the sheriff, when I call the police, they just say, go back to doing what you was doing. So everybody, the sheriff was in on it. The judges, the lawyers were in on it. The DCF was in on it, because the whole reason why I was at the homeless shelter, lost everything. I was supposed to get all my stuff back, do what I needed to do so I could reunify with my child, my son. You see what I'm saying? They didn't want that. Not even his grandmother wanted that. Nobody wanted me to be successful and be able to properly reunify with my child and get my life together. They didn't want that for me. They didn't want that for me. They wanted to legally human traffic my child with DCF and the foster care system and all this other type of stuff. With DCF and Child Protective Services, that's legalized human trafficking. They will steal and take your kid from you instead of helping you. Because I asked those people for help and they didn't want to help me. Because they were envious. People don't want to see you do better than them. People do not want to see you actually amount to something in this world because it offends them. They could have more than you. They could have a house. They could have a car. They could be married, and that's still not enough for those individuals because they're miserable and they're dead inside. You see what I'm saying? And during those 3 years when I was homeless and on the streets and trying to be in the shelter, but obviously them predatory men was targeting me. They're targeting me everywhere. They wanted me to sacrifice myself. So they can get insurance policy money, so they can have some money, so they can be up in life. God said no, because you're not God, and you don't get to make those deliberations over my life and over me. Who do you think you are? That's what it was. So them 3 years that they laced me with fentanyl, laced me with substances, they tried to steal my energy. They steal and harvest people's energy so they can manifest cars, houses, so they can remain in power, in positions of power, and they abuse their positions of power, mind you. They abuse it. They abuse it. They use it for however they want. They'll send a down low man. They send plethora of down low men. All the men were down low and they were predators. They sent them to me and junkies and meth addicts and stuff. They sent them towards me while I was supposed to be at the homeless shelter to get myself together. So I never had a chance to rest my mind and be able to really get my shit together so I could actually reunify with my son. You see what I'm saying? Because they're so envious. They wanted my son to be in the custody of the grandmother so she could get the money. Why is it that DCF and Child Protective Services want to, instead of helping the mother that they stole the kid from so they could make money off of your kid being a number within the system, they profited off of that. Y'all profited off of that, didn't y'all? Y'all did. So you got blood on your hands. That's pretty much blood on your hands because you went through the depths. They were gang stalking. They were orchestrating things to try to get me to lose my mind or try to make me fall into their trap. They wanted me locked up. They wanted me on drugs. I'm not an addict. I'm not addicted to nothing. I'm not addicted to shit. They wanted me to be labeled a HOE, a hoe, but we got PDF files roaming all around. You see what I'm saying? And they were all around a homeless shelter. They was just preying on women. Even the staff somewhat knew about it, but they didn't ever say nothing. It's a whole orchestration. They got to blood sacrifice somebody. Somebody got to be the scapegoat. Somebody got to be the sacrifice for them to remain in power, for them to continue to drive their cars, for them to continue to live in their houses, for them to be able to have a plateau. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, let's make sense of this. I could have had reunified with my kid. They ensured that the custodianship, my down low baby father made sure that the custodianship and his down low mate that wanted to play a honey trap in my life and try to unalive me and stuff, made sure that I ended up not getting custodianship and not being able to reunify. He just came in there to distract me, hinder me, and hold me back from my own life and to try to stop me. You can't stop my destiny. You can't stop what's meant for me. What's meant for me is meant for me. You can't take that away from me. Trying to dumb me down with drugs. Where the damn drugs at now? That shit come from a lab. That's created. That is created. They lace that with other stuff. Because they lace it with fentanyl. That's how people drop like flies and stuff. They're in on it. MK Ultra. Sending a warlock towards me. Trying to do mind tricks. With my mind. You see what I'm saying? You can't F with my mind. You see what I'm saying? But when I say all that to say this, today, it's like this dude came, the same dude who laced me with fentanyl, right? With the substance trying to dumb me down, trying to off me, trying to kill me because they had an insurance policy out a couple years back. I don't think I recall even putting one out on my name. That's fraud. That's like insurance fraud. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's about money, and yeah, it's about getting me out of my child's life and out of the way so y'all can damn profit off of my demise. You see what I'm saying? But they think I'm stupid. They think, oh, she's a junkie, she's a HOE, she's this. No, I'm not none of that. You call me a HOE because you hiding the fact that you a pedophile. You hiding the fact that you a PDF. If it's a homeless shelter, people should be able to go to the homeless shelter, get themselves together, not be harassed by the other clients and the other people there. If I'm out in society trying to do better for my own self, get my own self up, Why is your occult, your covering, you sending witches, you sending warlocks, you sending men with diseases that don't go to the clinic, never got checked out. They got AIDS, HIV, they got that shit pending, they got chlamydia, gonorrhea, they got all this stuff, and you send them towards me. Do I look like Mother Teresa? Do I look like a Messiah? Do I look like Gandhi? Do I look like any of these people that you supposed to be sending your people to? You knowing that I'm trying to reunify with my kid. You set it up that way because it was about money from the start. But for some reason, it's about money so much from the start. I can't get my money. I can't get myself up. You ought to always try to send somebody. Mind you, the dude that laced me with fentanyl and tried to unalive me walked past me literally today and said, "Hey, Mary Jane." Mind you, I ended up getting a felony behind this whole shit. They put a RICO case out on me, try to get me with a felony. I had to pay $700 in fucking court fees, so they want to send that shit to fucking collections. Y'all was eating good or trying to eat good off my energy, but there are always repercussions for the things that you do. this DCF supervisor, the DCF case managers that was giving me a hard time, all trying to stop me from reunifying with my kid, trying to make things harder than what it was. They knew I was homeless. They knew I didn't have nowhere to go. They knew that I was working 3 jobs. They knew that I was doing the best that I could. As in these cults and these covenants and these secret societies and secret organizations that was sending people towards me, y'all knew what y'all did. Y'all know the people that y'all sent. And you know who you sent today. Just know that there's repercussions for constantly trying to sabotage me and constantly trying to unalive a divine being. There's consequences to that. There very are much so consequences to that. Ain't nobody untouchable. Since you tried to touch me, ain't nobody untouchable. And I ain't even got to touch you, but you're going to feel touched. Because how dare you try to be God and try to feel into God's shoes? You see what I'm saying? They try to hit me with the RICO cases. They try to destabilize me financially. I paid that $700 and I was gone, like literally. You see what I'm saying? From that time when they sent that honey trap in and he tried to even plant more drugs on me to try to get. See, he didn't like the fact that I could pay that off. You put me in mess thinking that I wasn't gonna come out of that mess. You threw me into the lion's den thinking that I was not gonna crawl out of the lion's den unscathed, unbothered, untouched. And you think just because you touched me, touched my head, cut off all my hair, slit my head open, all this stuff, you think you could never touch my spirit. You could never touch me. You still didn't touch me. You see what I'm saying? Sending hitman to try to unalive me. Poisoning foods and stuff, like putting stuff in food. All types of stuff, trying to get me sick. Like, trying to cause me financial ruin, trying to attack my health. They did all these things. They even tried to keep me away from my kid. I'm still able to see my kid. I'm still able to be there. I'm still able to show up in the best way that I can with what little I have. These are people in positions of said power that abuse their power. Even the DCS supervisor was trying to rage bait and provoke me and then brought that back up in court. The same with the psychotherapist who's a part of a secret society, was a part of AKA, probably an Eastern Star, sitting up trying to rage bait with me, knowing that I'm homeless, knowing that I can only do these sessions at the library, at the school, or whatever the case may be, trying to put more pressure on me. You bitch or nigga could never walk in my fucking shoes. These people ain't even had near as NDEs as I've had, and I came back out time after time after time again. So who you really think? You better reanalyze and reevaluate. Who are you looking at when you look at me? Because you don't know who I am. And that's the thing. Majority of these people don't even know who I am. But they constantly try to attack or target me or try to come at me sideways. I'm the one that you try to alive. Don't be coming over here trying to say, "Hi, Mary Jane." Who is you talking to? I paid for that RICO case, that 700 and some fees. They thought that was going to stop me. It didn't. They sent a man in with herpes, HIV, AIDS, or whatever, chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, and all that. They sent a man in with herpes. And that individual wanted to cut open my head and have my head bleeding all over the place. Wanted to attack my health and wanted to attack my mind and my identity, my appearance. They wanted to control my beauty, my vitality, my youth, my energy, my sacral creative energy. They wanted to attack my solar plexus through my image, calling me HOE, calling me a junkie, trying to attack me through a smear campaign. Hope they wanted me to take myself, That would never fucking happen. The ones who they're trying to get me to do that, they get more closer to doing that to themselves than me, ever. Ever. Never ever would I ever do that. So they try to send people towards my way. It's like you could never F with me. You could never F with me on any given day. And I have time today. That's what I'm saying. We gonna label this, I have time today. Don't act like throughout my majority of my life, because a down low baby daddy, a down low man. I don't have no respect for no down low man. Because you're closeted. You're not even trying to come out and be honest with a woman. You rather give a woman HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, all these herpes and genital warts and all this stuff. You rather give that to her. You can't control her apartment. You can't control her money. You can't control her finances and beat on her and stuff. She want to get rid of you, get away from you, and it's a problem now. Now you gotta send. They gonna get you. Who the fuck is they? They ought to get themselves. Cause I done had numerous more NDEs than what any of y'all. Y'all probably ain't never even touched the NDE yet. But y'all keep on. Y'all gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would you keep coming after me when I ain't even fucking with you? I did the right thing. I left him. And my down low baby daddy, so damn envious, so jealous of me, didn't want me to reunify with my kid. He damn standing behind the damn homeless shelter one time, trying to tell me to come back behind the homeless shelter. It was so dark, debris, the trees, all that, in an area where I can't be seen, trying to set me the fuck up. He knew I was at the homeless shelter. He came to the homeless shelter to set me up, to sabotage. He wanted me to go back there to look at her shirt. Why the hell? Now, if you watch First 48, if you watch any forensic files, because I watched that shit, why the fuck I'm going to go back there behind a homeless fucking shelter with this nigga? With this down low nigga? Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I do that? Now I went back there halfway, but the rest of it, I went ahead and I ran off. I got the fuck away from him. One time he tried to run behind me in front of the middle of the damn street where the cars was running, hoping that I get hit by a fucking car. These niggas mad because they down fucking low and I don't want shit to do with them. I ain't obligated to fuck no down low ass nigga that put his phallus in another man's back door. I ain't obligated to do fucking shit. And y'all want every fucking body. I don't give a fuck what platform it is. I want everybody to know that you ain't gotta put up with that shit as a woman. You can walk the fuck away. I don't give a fuck if these niggas mad. Your ass was down low, giving me herpes, giving me damn fucking diseases, giving me syphilis, giving me all types of damn shit trying to affect my health. Because you want to harvest me like a battery. You want to drain all my creativity, drain all my energy, drain all my focus, drain all that shit. So I end up being the damn, you wanted me to be the junkie, the damn fucking prostitute, HOE, the hoe on the street, and struggling homeless and begging for quarters and pennies and shit. That was never going to fucking be me. God cover this head. The fuck wrong with y'all? The fuck wrong with any fucking body who ever thought that they was gonna fucking end me? You can never fucking end me. You better off ending your fucking self, bitch. Nigga. You see what the fuck I'm saying? And it's like, that nigga said, this recent honey trap that they fucking sent to try that spiritual warlock hitman that they sent to try to unalive me and shit and cut off all my hair, open up my head and shit. Them motherfuckers said that, they gonna get me. They gonna get me. Who the fuck gonna get me? Y'all gonna get got before you even try to even get close to me. Y'all done tried so much shit and none of that shit worked. They thought the RICO case was gonna stop me. They thought the smear campaign was gonna stop me. They thought sending the honey trap, sending the hitman, sending a nigga to cut off all my hair, cut my head open and have my scalp bleeding and shit, with the scar still on my head. They thought that was gonna fucking stop me. He sedated me with some clear liquid before he even did that. You gotta drug a nigga. You envious and you hate a nigga. You hate a bitch. You hate me. But then you want to be me at the same time. That's weirdo shit. That's how them down low men are. That's how they are. Then it was like, I got your soul. Or you can never have my soul. You can never have my soul. That's a mental illness to think that you could take somebody else's soul. I never say no shit like that. But these are the things that people said to me. Even when I met my child's father and stuff like that. This individual he had told me, you're so pure, you're so pure. People know you're probably pure, you got innocence to you, you're childlike, you got this certain energy, this certain light, this certain speaking about you. They can see it from afar. They can see it from a mile away. They can see it. And they want to diminish your light. They can see that you have potential. You could be something of the world. You could change the world. You could change yourself. And then changing yourself, that changed the world. And people get so fucking envious of that shit that they'll do anything to try to destroy you. And you could never destroy me. I don't know who the fuck y'all thought y'all asses was, but I'm not obligated to be with no down low ass men. You can put your phallus up as many men's back doors if you want. Just don't bring that shit over here, because I don't play that fucking shit. I don't play about my motherfucking health, and I don't play about my motherfucking myself, my identity and my dignity and my integrity and my honesty and my authenticity. I don't play about that shit. But it's time to cut the shit. Whoever in a position of power sending people to stalk me, gang stalk me, watch me, do all this types of crazy, stupid shit, it's time out for that shit. Cut the shit out. You know what I'm saying, nigga? You ain't fucking with me. You tried to unalive me and then you walking by me as if, like, what's that supposed to do? You ain't even faced the NDE. You ain't faced no near-death experience, but you sitting over here trying to fuck with somebody who has and came straight back. That don't even make no fucking sense. They could never fuck with me. Not a man nor a woman. I don't give a flip. I am that I am. I am who I am, and I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about it. They tried to have me sprung out on substances. They kept trying to lace me, trying to coerce me out of sacred energy exchange. And being around you homeless already, as it was when I was homeless and shit, I was already in a compromising position. What if you say no and then they try to do X amount of Y, Z, or they try to do all this and all that? You see what I'm saying? But people preyed on me. They preyed on that factor. They didn't realize who I was, though. All this stuff that's been going on because my down low baby father and these down low men in this group and this clan and this cult and this covenant coming after me and shit. Because they wanted me unalive, they wanted me gone so they could get life insurance policy, and so they can then have my kid and my kid never know me, and that's the epitome of hate. You hate me so bad, you wanted that for me? You wanted your grandmother, you wanted your mother to get the money and go on vacation, all this other type of stuff, and you wanted me to just, the DCF workers, the DCF supervisor, all was hating, the psychotherapist was hating. All y'all played y'all part. Y'all was hating. It was a time when I could have got an apartment. The DCF manager didn't even want to give me the social security number so I could apply for the apartment so both my son and I could have reunified together, because these people are so much of a hater. You got a sad position of power and that's not even enough for you. You abuse it. You try to retaliate. You try to rage bait with me. You try to attack me or come at me while I'm down, while you think I'm down and shit like that. These people don't have no fucking jurisdiction or no power over me. You mad because you don't have you not me. You not me. There is a purpose over my life. I do have a purpose in my life. I am bigger than the damn program. Like, why you think you gonna be bigger than the program? Why you think you gonna be bigger than me? God covers my head. God covers my crown. You can't take that shit away from me. You can't take my divinity away from me. You can't snatch my identity, my dignity, my respect, my love for myself. You can't snatch that away from me. They wanted me to not love myself. That's why they sent all these attacks. All these people was on demonic assignment. And yeah, okay, you could say that, yeah, it's the spirit within them people, but they chose that and they allowed that and they continued to keep coming for me. They continued to keep coming for me as if that shit was okay. That shit was never fucking okay. Nobody should ever have that much of a booster like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bully this person. I think they're weak. I think, and that's how God gets you. That's how God gets you. That's literally how God gets you. That's how you get God. For real. For real. So it's like, when I go throughout my day and I'm minding my business and I'm not fucking with nobody, don't keep on fucking with me thinking like I'm obligated. No, if a man knew that